Steve Kite, Associate Pastor at Palm County Catholic Church. Once again, we're here at Kennesaw First Baptist, our parent church, doing a speech. Today's speech, we're going to discuss the problems resulting from the removal of God in prayer and the Bible from schools, and the effect that it had on society itself. We see this decline begin from around the 1950s to the 1960s. In the 1950s, we experienced what's known as the nuclear family, which is a mom, a dad, and a family. However, in 1962, with the Engel versus Battelle, it was the first ruling by the Supreme Court that banned prayer in public schools. Now, up until this point, they could pray in school in the mornings. So, we began to see prayer being removed from schools at this point. Now, later in 1963, they actually banned the Bible from public schools. Interestingly enough, according to the Department of Health and Human Services, the number of marriages in 1950 was 1,667,231 people, with a total of 385,144 divorces. Then, in 1960, the number of marriages declined to 1,523,000, with an increase in divorces to 393,000 people. Now, up until this point, the census was taken every 10 years, 1950 to 1960. However, after Bible and prayer were removed from school, it became a 5-year census. And what we see in 1965, just 3 years after the removal of prayer, that the number of marriages increased to 1,800,000 and divorces jumped to 479,000. This was simply the beginning of what was to come. When prayer and the Bible was removed from school, children began to lose their sense of direction. We see this a lot with one minute they have prayer, they have godly direction, the next they don't. Lee Bukich and Steve Vandergriff wrote, the Bible concept of self in the Christian is one of the most important issues in helping a young person or any other person discover and establish their self-identity. Well, if you remove the Bible from that, how are you going to distinguish yourself? When we have this breakdown, families begin to suffer without prayer and without Bible. It leads to breakdowns in marriages also. As we were talking about with the statistics, the increase in divorces after the Supreme Court banned prayer and the Bible in public schools in 1950 and 1960, there were less than 8,000 divorces in a 10-year period. However, between 1960 and 65, there were over 100,000 divorces. This shows a massive increase from going from a 10-year span to a 5-year span. Now, this doesn't say that all families are going to get divorced if they don't have the Bible or go to church. But what we find is we have a lot more divorces. We have a lot more single-parent families. And what ends up happening, you draw away from that nuclear family. Now mom has to go to the workplace, kids are being left alone at home, or maybe the neighbor down the street's watching them. And pretty soon, we see a lot of unwed pregnancies, teenage pregnancies. We go from a situation of where we are teaching people the Bible, teaching them prayer, to them watching something on MTV like 16 Prayer. So, Michelle Castillo of CBS News actually wrote that almost half of the first babies born in the United States now are born to unwed mothers. To go even farther, R.L. McGinnis wrote that children from single-parent families are more prone than children from two-parent families to use drugs, be gang members, be expelled from school, and committed to reform institutions. With that, you remove prayer and the Bible from schools, and there's an increase in the chance of the children to go down the wrong path and go to jail. But the ironic thing is when they arrive at jail, the first book they get is the Bible. So it's something to think about. Now, that's not saying, in conclusion, it's not saying that not all single-parent homes result in the child living a life of crime. It's not saying that everybody who doesn't go to church and read the Bible can't live a healthy life. But just by the statistics alone, it shows that there was a significant impact from the removal of prayer from school and the Bible.